Now, you started traveling to various countries in Africa and traveled throughout the US.
Yes.
When did your ministry actually start? Like, when did you start actually know that you were called to give prophecies, not just to individuals, but to nations as well?
Well, God began to actually just burden my heart for nations. And it wasn't like I was praying or interceding for these places, just that God would show me the places and he would take me into a time of prayer and then he would just give me the word. Sometimes I'm just in the house and I'll just feel an anointing come on me and I have to go to the keyboard or get a pen or something and just start to write. And he'll just give me the word of the Lord for nations and for regions and for territories.
Now, I follow you on
Yes.
Facebook and your emailings, and so I read all the words you give. And a lot of times, you give words or events that's going to happen with events with particular nations. What is the difference between a prophecy for a nation and then a prophecy for an individual person?
Well, the first thing is it's a lot more difficult to give those words because a lot of times the words for individuals can be interpreted certain ways depending on this, that, or other. But it either comes to pass or doesn't come to pass when it's for a nation. A lot of times it's very detailed and specific. And so one of the big things is you have to have a big picture. You have to see with a wider scope and a wider lens of what God is saying. And so it takes a little bit more pressing into God, hearing God, and really having your heart clear to receive the revelation for those places.
And if let's say I'm in Zimbabwe and you have
Yes.
a word for the nation, what should I do as a member of that nation? How should I react to that prophecy?
Well, I've had that before. I've gotten a word for a place and it was somewhere far away, and God makes a way for those words to get to the people that needs to hear them. I believe it's people on the receiving end, when they hear those words, something sparks in their heart and they take those words and they are the ones to actually implement them. Because me as the prophet, I may be prophesying, but there's people that need to take the words and put feet to the words and make them happen.
Now, we live in a crazy time, and people really think that that we're towards the coming of Jesus.
Yes.
What events do you see that's going on that kind of alludes to that fact?
Well, the best thing as far as the end, if you're going to talk about the coming of Jesus, let's go to the best prophet there was, Jesus himself. He said that the Father is waiting for the precious fruit of the earth. So I believe the best time or the best sign is that we will see a massive harvest before there's a great falling away. And so I believe God is holding back Jesus because he wants more people to be saved, more people to be healed, more people to be delivered, more people to come into his love. So I believe there's going to be a massive worldwide revival before we get into that end time period.
And so with all that's going on in the world, what should people, because I think events in themselves prophesy. I don't know if that makes sense or
Yes.
not, but what should people do when they see certain events going on in the world, like the rising of one nation or the fall of another nation? What should people do at that particular time?
Pray. It all starts with prayer, because in prayer you will receive your instructions and you will receive the answers, and also you'll receive peace, because these things, especially now, things are happening so fast. The news, even when you look at the news, the reports are coming so fast you can't even keep up, that you have to have peace. And out of peace is where you hear God the best. And so we can become troubled by these things. And I really believe that if you have peace, you can hear God a lot better over your emotions, over the news reports, even over the fake news or the real news. Peace, that place of peace, keeping our eyes on Jesus.